Cada estrella que miramos es un espíritu de nuestros ancestros que vuelan libre y están ahí. Eso sería la forma como practicar, como llevar un equilibrio, no olvidar de dónde nacimos, nuestra historia, nuestra raíz. El lago es una energía tan fuerte como hoy en día el viento. Es un equilibrio y cada vez tenemos que meditar muy profundamente en ella y formarla. Respeto, esa es la forma como equilibrar toda esta energía.
To my understanding, where I'm staying at, there used to be like a Buddhist monastery going on at one point. And then there was like some controversy with the monks doing ketamine and all sorts of stuff. But the temple still survives here. So that's what I'm going to go show you right now. Just look at this. This is phenomenal. All this wildlife, bro. They've now repurposed this temple for yoga classes and other things of that nature. As you can see right here, to my understanding, it's not the dharmic kind of yoga, but the body kind of yoga. There's a few different cities that are surrounding the lake right here that are of interest to Mayan religion out here in Guatemala. This is the heart of Mayan religion, the surviving Mayan people. Probably the most well-preserved place anywhere in the world of like traditional indigenous religions you can get. You still do have some syncretism with, Catholics here, but not as much as in, like, for example, the Mexico City video that you recently saw. So
I have a Qigong practice, and I haven't been as consistent recently, but I went almost a year where I didn't miss a day. And one day I was just walking down the street, and I just pulled on the door. It opened. And then this is what I saw. Like, this place is super beautiful. Getting cloudy, we might get some rain soon, but you still get some of the rays of the sun. It's a volcano over there. Fortunately, it is not active. Fortunately for us.
Last eruption was like in the late 1800s, right?
Yeah. Actually, this whole lake is a crater of a supervolcano about 86,000 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? The crater of it, like the middle of it.
Like this whole lake, yeah, and it's the deepest lake in Central America, something like 1,100 feet deep. And yeah, it was a supervolcano.
That's crazy.
So
where the lake's in right now.
yeah, yeah.
No. So like the earth just built on top of where the volcano's at.
Yeah, we're living on that. And then a lot of Mayans still believe there is a dragon down there at the bottom.
Locals believe that a beast called the Chicona lies at the bottom of the lake, which is sort of like a dragon. And they believe it's responsible for sunken ships and missing people. This coincides with the story of the siren, which you'll hear me mention a little bit later whenever I'm on a boat myself. In a more abstract sense, the lake is believed to be this sort of energy vortex, where whenever you go here, all of your past experiences, your flaws, your jealousy, your hatred, it's magnified here, and you have to confront it head on. The earth here serves as a beautiful metaphor that we can apply to our own selves. Thousands of years ago, the volcano erupted here. It was one of the biggest volcano eruptions in recorded history, and it created this space where new life had to form on top of the molten lava, the hardened molten lava. That's why Lake Atitlán is known as the place of the eternal spring. There is a constant renewing of oneself while you are in its presence. It's truly remarkable, and I definitely felt it while I was here. Thank you.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
This is good. Didn't you sleep in the boat today?
No.
Oh, they're all going to the boat.
What time?
I thought they were gonna leave early though. I guess
They leave either at
Early is
8:30.
8.
Oh.
We're gonna try to leave
Okay.
The temple around it.
Is this the knife we're using for mango?
That's my poop knife actually.
Okay.
Anybody's seen
I actually
all this
don't know the best way to cut a mango.
Oh, here. The pit is here, and they're like long and skinny. So then I like actually come in
It's like avocado.
more to this side, and then get around the pit, and then you'll kind of like feel the pit.
She's like, I'm just here to cause chaos.
Yes. Miss you. She should be happy, Lord. Better than the US.
We're gonna go to I believe it's the tallest volcano on the lake. Not sure if it's the tallest one, but we're gonna do a hike up the volcano, and we're gonna sit up there for a couple hours, and we're gonna see how that goes. Somebody was telling me last night about a story that the Mayans have about a siren that's out here on the lake that lures out young women, because whenever, back in the time when there was a king, the siren would meet this boy repeatedly, and the king didn't like that, so he killed he killed the boy in public, and then the siren killed herself on the lake. From a scientific standpoint, people believe that it could be like a little current that just pulls people under because there's a current, but either way, you'll notice that the locals here don't ever swim in the lake. Gracias. Que tenga buen día. You know how you feel whenever you're eating and the food's so good that you just don't want to talk? That's how I feel whenever I'm filming a lot. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to Colibri Delivers for being the sponsor of this video. Cody, the founder of Colibri, was extremely hospitable. He opened his space to me during the entire duration, this about 2 weeks that I was here in Guatemala. But beyond his hospitality, I truly do believe in what Cody and everyone else at Taiji Temple is building with Colibri Delivers. It is a food delivery app, which may not sound remarkable at first until you realize it is the only food delivery app on the entirety of the lake. That's right, about 2 years ago, you were not able to get food delivered to your door. It just was not possible. And what makes it even more impressive is that Colibri was founded completely bootstrapped, had 0 big investors, it is community owned, and it has over 2,000 active users now. It is growing in its ability to service thousands and thousands of people all around the lake every single day. This is expanding. When I was out there, they were putting together a boat to be able to get faster service across the lake to the other towns. What really got me though was when I learned that before they started any sort of business out here, they received a blessing from the local Mayan shamans in a ceremony to conduct business, and that is really telling of how committed they are to giving back to the community. So if you ever find yourself at Lake Atitlán, please make sure that you order from colibridelivers.com and use the code Colibri10 for 10% off your first order. Now back to the volcano.
So are you gonna take those off or?
Shoes? Yeah, for at the beginning I keep them and then we go barefoot.
I almost didn't even bring these.
Okay, I think we gotta register and pay the entrance there.
The Mayans, they have kind of this animistic belief that we see with a lot of indigenous religions, And volcanoes are no different. Volcanoes are seen as, living entities, and here on the lake, they watch over the people, and whenever they were active, whenever they would erupt or, rumble or something, it was seen as a warning that the people were not acting correctly, and so they kind of use them as a guiding spirit. You tired already? Yeah, I'm tired too.
You tired?
A little bit, yeah.
Tired? Hey guys, now's the time. Like, take your drink. This is great. Sip on your tea.
How many times have you hiked up here?
Huh?
How many times have you hiked up?
5.
5 times.
Yeah. Today's number 6. So I made some. We have some nice mushroom tea.
Okay.
If you want even a sip of it, if you want more, I made sure I have a bit more in mine. This is perfect energy boost. So guys, cheers.
Cheers, brother. It's in there.
Cheers.
It's in there.
Have a tiny sip.
How much is in each bottle?
Oh, that one has 6 grams.
Okay.
That's why that one you can take 1 sip and it will be a microdose.
Yeah.
It's crazy, it's not even halfway up.
Un día.
Have you done this before? Oh, wow.
It's my first volcano here.
Oh, nice.
Although I've seen the pussy facing, I'm like,
¿Cómo se llama? Kiwi. Malvi. Yeah. Mucho gusto. Estoy grabando un video de los Maya en Lago de Atitlán. Religión. ¿Eres Maya?
Sí.
¿Sí?
La cosmovisión maya.
Ok. ¿Cómo significa de volcanes en religión?
Para los mayas, los volcanes eran lugares muy sagrados,
Ajá.
porque para ellos era muy cerca con el creador, el formador de la tierra.
Ok.
Y ellos siempre hacían como reverencia, respeto, armonía hacia los volcanes.
Sí, sí.
Porque los volcanes para ellos eran los guardianes, los protectores
Sí, guardianes, sí.
de todo esto.
Sí, y han pasado, ¿sí? En volcanes.
Sí,
Han pasado, sí, sí, sí.
sí, todo
Ok.
el tiempo. Para ellos era su espíritu, están en los volcanes. Porque los volcanes, ellos podían ver el amanecer, el atardecer, los pájaros cantando en la mañana, por la tarde, las flores en otoño, todo era armonía, una
Sí.
sincronización muy pura con la madre tierra.
Sí.
Como los incas y los
Aztecas.
decían Pachamama.
Ah, ok.
Para ellos era el corazón del cielo y de la tierra. Era para los mayas, muy sagrados los volcanes.
Sí. Qué bonita, gracias. When smoke would arise from one of these volcanoes, it was believed that it was the breath of the earth directly communicating with the gods in the heavens above. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, right? It was seen as the earth and the underworld and the heavens meeting. And that essentially actually is what it is. If you take all of the spiritual aspect out of it, all the cosmovision, whatever, it literally is a hole into the magma of the earth. The magma comes pouring out of the earth, and there is this direct channel of communication between all 3 of those zones, right? It just makes logical sense whenever you break it down. As Kiwi described here, the volcanoes contain the essence of the people's ancestors, but it's also believed that it is the origin point of all of humanity.
A lot of people don't know, but the biggest pyramid in the world is in Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
Bigger than Khufu, the pyramids in Egypt, Giza, and it's called La Danta. And it's still covered in trees and everything, and you can actually climb it. So we're planning in a couple months to hike it. It's a 2 or 3 day hike to get to it through the jungle, camping and everything, and stay there for a day or 2, and it's crazy. Some of the ruins here are still, most of them in Guatemala are actually where the kingdom, they call it Guatemala because the Mayans ruled the whole Mayan kingdom mostly from Guatemala. And it's interesting that most of the ruins are still covered in trees.
When I first came here, I obviously was looking to document religion, but for the first time I've experienced religion that is outside of the boundaries of what the Western world has hammered into me for so many years. Religion is much more than God and commandments for some people. Religion is all. I wish I could articulate that for people who've never felt it. I wish I could say that if you come here, you'd feel it yourself, but unfortunately, based on your conditioning, I don't think that a lot of people would be able to feel it either here. Religion, religion, religare, the Latin root is to reconnect. It's interesting because we become so disconnected from nature in our modern definition of religion, at least our imperialistic definition of religion. So we become disconnected from the very thing that's most present all the time. You step outside, you know, you walk on the grass. That's religion, that's there, you know? I feel like I'm in Far Cry right now, from this first person point of view. Here, look. It's like you're in Far Cry. How is that? Look. Oh, I can't get the camera to go down fast enough.
Yeah, to the corn here.
Yeah.
Just put in the corn here, and I cover like this one, and this one it's come here.
¿Y cómo se llama otra vez?
Se llama enap. Ajá. Es una hoja muy especial. Y el sabor de la tortilla es súper bonita.
Sí.
Sí, muy fresca.
Qué chido.
Es de la naturaleza. Es este árbol que está allá.
Okay.
Hasta allá.
This tree was more than 400 years old right here. It's one of the, I'm talking to the video, but it's one of the oldest trees that was up here before they deforested in the past.
400 years old.
Yeah.
That one just
Más.
died years ago.
Más 400.
Más.
Yeah.
No 400.
No
It's an
400.
oak tree.
Okay.
Posible como 2000 años.
2000.
Yo necesito tocar.
Look, it's a huge one.
La espiritualidad de la natura. You can feel it, bro. You can feel it, bro. I swear. It's el lago es como una madre.
This is the best technology we have.
Yeah.
You know, and that will forever be the case. Nothing we create will ever be like this.
Yeah. It's like our brain is like the mycelium networks, you know? Like it's like the earth.
We are mycelium. We are mushrooms, you know? We're 100% all mushrooms. I always say, you take mushrooms in this environment, you can take as much as you want. I've taken 6 grams today. You can take 15, you can take 20, it's just, you're part of it. You know? There's no, nothing different. This is us.
We're like little ants. It humbles you, you know? Makes you realize that you're so small. This is nothing for the earth, you know?
Our guardians are artists. Guardian is the word for a property keeper. They actually are handed down usually in the culture here, the people who get to take care of the land. So they do a really good job. We're growing a bunch of food over here. Here's some coffee. I love to eat the dark ones. It's fresh coffee. Super good. No?
Sure. That's right.
Yeah, you chew the whole thing. You can swallow, you can spit it. I usually spit it out.
I didn't know that they look like that before they...
That's raw coffee, yeah. If I squeeze it, you can see there's a little coffee bean.
I didn't even know it was that color before you cook it.
Yeah. The idea is we can host retreats here. We plan to host people, and specifically people getting back in their flow, back in their focus, you know. And there's enough space for us to also build long-term community because we can grow lots of food here. We already are. We have avocado trees. We have like 60 plus coffee trees. We got melons, and we got Bella. Hola, Bella. Guard dog. She's super vicious.
La creencia de los mayas es el Dios es un parte de la tierra, ¿no?
¿Sí?
Bueno, según dice la Biblia que Dios caminó sobre la faz de la tierra durante 30 años. Sí, después de los 30 años, pues los judíos pues le dieron muerte en una cruz. Sí, entonces nosotros somos creencia en Jesucristo o en Dios. Sí, así es.
Okay. ¿Tú crees en Jesucristo?
Claro que sí, creemos en Jesucristo y tanto como nuestro Padre Celestial.
¿Cómo conviven aquí las creencias católicas con las creencias mayas ancestrales?
El únicamente católico, por ejemplo, se va a la iglesia, a alabar, a orar la misa y regresa, es el únicamente. Pero otras religiones evangélicas se van al culto, después del culto le van a alabar a Dios y después el únicamente católico casi que igual, porque el respeto de Dios el mundo nosotros creemos Dios y el mundo, porque el mundo estamos parados aquí a trabajar. Y Él tiene que dar el dinero. Pero en primer lugar, Dios, nuestra salud, vida, es el único. Tiene trabajo, pero estás enfermo, no hay dinero. Pero gracias a Dios, tiene salud, vida, es el único.
I'm in Narnia, Pandora. We glamorize all these different aspects, you know, for film, and it's evident that we crave a world that is pure, untouched by human hands, untouched by greed, untouched by lust, untouched by whatever it is. We crave this so much, and it's evident when you look at movies like Avatar, #1 grossing movie of all time, you know? And we crave that so much, but it's here, at home. The system that we all participate in has led us to believe that it has to be some alien planet, that it has to be somewhere else we have to escape to. That's why we turn to drugs, alcohol, you know, anything that we can to escape. It's much more than escaping, you know, feeling discomfort, you know, feeling whatever. We legitimately don't see that we have this entire world full of beauty. There is a karmic duty that you have here on this earth as well. And if we don't try and preserve that, I don't know what will happen. Feels like I'm crossing the bridge to another world, to Terabithia. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at it, bro. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Nothing, no drugs, no money can replicate this feeling. I made it, bro.
How are you feeling?
I feel good.
This is nature. This is where we all belong, you know? And this is what everyone should strive for, is just hard physical exercise and some beautiful view and some good food. And yeah, life is pretty simple, you know? And if it's too hard, well, you gotta train harder. You know, you gotta train harder so this So this becomes what you can do, because I think life is not for the only fucking couch, you know, comfortable. That's death.
Ah, so good. This is a banana. No, they said they have a hard-boiled egg.
We've kind of allowed these comforts to turn into like the deadly sins, you know, of like sloth and like playing to the lowest levels of consciousness, like lust with, you know, people selling themselves online now and whatever. And it's just like all these things. And it's like, it's a true bastardization of what I feel like is meant for us by God or whatever you want to call it, because it's just at its core, you know, it is what's fulfilling, but we're taking it and we're bastardizing it and we're turning it into something entirely different that's actually sucking the life away.
Yeah, it's all like that's.
So what I'm saying is, like, when you're talking about just, you know, eating good food and just being in nature, you know, it's
Things are super simple. Look at that. We got a good group of people. You get your bros for, you know, we got him. We were in his house in fucking Miami a month ago, in his mansion on the in Coconut Grove. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
En Sudamérica, en Bolivia, todos lo llaman Pachamama. Acá, los mayas lo llamamos corazón del cielo y corazón de la tierra. Lo llamamos Ahaf, el Dios de nosotros, podríamos decir. Pero los occidentales lo llaman Dios. Para nosotros es un creador, un formador de todo lo que miramos.
Sí.
Maya es una palabra muy profunda, tan profunda que de generación en generación es una civilización milenaria. Para ser maya, maya es todo. Cada cultura, la cultura de nosotros, es una de las culturas muy místicas, muy misteriosas, muy grandes, donde para nosotros formamos parte de la naturaleza, somos de la naturaleza, nos sincronizamos con la Madre Tierra. Ese es ser maya para nosotros, vivir muy tranquilo, muy sencillo y muy vivido la vida acá. Amamos, ese es para nosotros ser maya. Es muy difícil hablar con esta generación. Esta generación está confundida, están llevando caminos muy diferentes que para ellos es bien. Pero es triste ver a la generación hoy en día tomar caminos tristes. La forma es tratar de emerger, inducir, entrar en un mundo cósmico de los mayas, entrar en la naturaleza y enseñarles que dependemos de la naturaleza, que necesitamos a la naturaleza, porque ahora con el sistema, con todo lo que hay mucha contaminación, hay mucho, todo es industrial, las botellas plásticas, todo esto. Y la nueva generación no sabe qué hacer esto. Sería mejor, la forma perfecta para enseñar es venir en las montañas, hablar con todo el corazón, con la espiritualidad y decirles lo importante, lo indispensable que es la naturaleza. Porque si tú entiendes la naturaleza, todo fluye, todo es fácil.
The first person I saw when I exited the airport in Guatemala City was a young boy. He smiled at me, and it almost scared me. That was an interesting reaction that I had to sit with. I really had to question myself. You see, Guatemalan culture has a unique warmth to it, one that doesn't care where you're from or what baggage you carry, but it will force you to work on that baggage. While many other cultures intimidate and force you to confront yourself through hardening, the Guatemalan spirit attacks you with softness, with an unconditional love that at most, expresses disappointment. It forces you to turn your defenses inside out. It will make you question everything you thought you knew about being a human. But most of all, it will lead you to a deeper connection than you ever thought possible with the true free world, nature.
¿Cómo practicas su fe en la vida diaria?
Todo es vivir con armonía, respetar las cosas, respetar la naturaleza, los elementos, que eso es, formamos parte de ella, como dijo, es respeto desde el más pequeño hasta el más grande, los árboles, el entorno, la naturaleza en sí. Ese sería vivir para nosotros, respetar todo lo que existe, los elementos.
If this is your first time watching a video from my channel, my name is Malvi. I travel around the world studying religion and documenting it so that hopefully generations, thousands of years from now can see how the Mayan people practice their spirituality, how Christians practice their spirituality, how all of these different religious groups practice their own spirituality in the year 2026, 2027, however many years I continue to do this. I want it to be documented while I'm here on this earth. I feel a calling to this purpose, and if you enjoy what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel. I also do have my website, theholycabinet.com, where you can buy merch. We got a whole bunch of new stuff lined up soon. The Holy Cabinet is my organization that I have built that prioritizes religious education, that is unbiased, and at the very least, if I can help just one person get closer to their version of God or spirituality, then my mission has been completed on this earth. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day.